Hello ladies, welcome to Monday's class. A little bit later in the day today. Thank you for being flexible if you're doing the live. We got back in over the highway in between storms. So hopefully it's not too much today because too much shoveling in here at least. Nowhere to put it. I'll give it like a minute to let a couple people jump on. We are just using our dumbbells today. No special equipment. I'm just going to lean on a bench and stuff like that. But you can use anything for that: a chair, bench, wall, whatever. For one of them, you can use your own leg. I'll show you that when the time comes. All right, it's a minute after, so let's get into our usual warm up. So feet are hip distance apart, toes pointing straight forward, reach down, up, dip, and twist. Okay, nice and wide. You can probably hear Benji upstairs singing. He's got his music going. All right, feet together. Back to normal distance, but then externally rotate the toes. And then internally rotate the toes. Perfect. All right, first exercise, we're going for the goblet squat. We've done it before, but not for a while. So it's that one where you probably use your heavy weight. You're gonna hold it kind of in the palm of your hands like that. And real close to your chin. You can, what I call self-select your distance here. Don't go too wide or too narrow, but somewhere around hip distance apart. Slightly rotate the toes outward. And then keep your chest up and just sit back. Okay, just like you're sitting in a chair. Push that butt back. And 12. All right, so lay the weight down. We're going to go into high kicks. If you want to take it up a notch, you can add a squat in between each high kick. But if not, just go alternating feet. Get that leg up high as you can. If balance is a real issue on these, you can go like a knee tap like this. Okay, but if you can, kick the leg out. And 12. All right, and then go ahead and grab your heavy weight again. We're going to do single leg bicep curls. So if you can, lift that leg up entirely, the same side as the side that you're holding the weight. If you need a little assistance, you can just barely touch the toes down, okay? Give yourself a little kickstand. All right, here we go. Bicep curl. Focus on the balance in that one leg. Okay, once you get to 12, switch sides. And 12. All right, so that's our first circuit. So take a little breather for a second, grab some water. All right, back to the goblet. So nice heavy weight, as much as you can handle here underneath your chin, and then squat. And 12. Okay, going right into the high kicks or marching or squat high kick, whatever version you want to do here. All right, and our third was the balance bicep curl. So grab that weight again. Remember, you're standing on the opposite side as the side the weight is on, okay? So right hand curling, left leg standing. And 12. All right. Switch it up. And 12. Whew, that one gets heavy. All right, we'll have a little water break. All right, last of our goblets here. All right, so make sure you keep your chest up. You're kind of holding this in close to your chin, and don't let your body kind of collapse forward as you go down. Keep the chest up, drop the butt. And 12. Okay, the high kicks, here we go. Wow. All right, and our single leg bicep curl. Let's go opposite this time. All right, here we go. And 12. Okay, other side. Ten, 11, 12. Perfect. All right, that's it for that round, that circuit. Grab yourself some water. All right, next exercise, first one in this group, we're going to do the curtsy with the hammer curl. So I'm going to give you two options. If you have only fairly light weights, I want you to hold both of them do your curtsy and your, hammer curl, the sideways one, hammer curl. Do both arms with both legs. Or if you only have one, or if you want to use a heavy weight, you can hold it in your left hand, say, and then do just your single-sided curl. So you only get 12 on each arm there. So it depends on your arms if you want to go heavy for less reps or lighter for more reps, okay? So I'll leave that up to you. I'll demo the lighter with the more reps for the first round. All right, so we're going curtsy and then hammer curl, sideways bicep curl. Keep those palms inward. And 12, all right? Switching to the other side. Ten, 11, and 12. All right, next one is a one-arm row. So I'm going to go with my heavy dumbbell, just one of them. I do have my bench here that I'm going to lean on like this. If you don't have anything to lean on handy, you can just lean on your own leg. Okay, but if you have a bench there, you can go for that. Just make sure that back is nice and flat. And then when you pull up, pull back towards your hip bone, okay? Not up to your armpit, back towards your hip bone. Okay, once you get to your 12, switch it over. And 12. All right, and our third one in this group, I'm going to use just the wall to hold on to. If you guys have a chair or something like that, even just one hand will help you here. What we're going to do, I'll show you just front version first, if I can do it without holding on. So feet are fairly narrow, but your toes are turned out. We're going to do like a ballet plie, okay? So sit back, you don't go too low, it's not as deep as a normal squat. So it's a plie, but then when you come up to your tiptoes. So that's where the balance, like holding on, will come in handy, okay? So get in that position, fairly narrow, toed out, and then it's, this one you do push your knees out, kind of drop your butt straight down, okay? And then up to tiptoes. Back to the plie, up to the tiptoes. Try not to use the wall for too much assistance. It's just really to help you balance on the tiptoe portion. And 12. Perfect. All right, take a breather. Grab that water. Okay. Oh, let me show you the one dumbbell this time. All right, so one heavier dumbbell. We're going to hold it on what I call our stepping side. So right now my right leg is going to stay stationary. Curtsy, hammer curl. And 12, right? So then I switch the hand, and And switch the leg and go. 11 and 12. All right, going into our bent over row. So hand down on a chair or bench or your own leg. Back's nice and flat. Pull up. Okay, other one. And 12. Okay, then we have our little plie with the calf raise. Okay, so toed out, squat down just a little, and then up to the tiptoes. Squat, tiptoes. And 12. All right, so that's round 2. I'm gonna go the lighter, more reps. Better set. All right, back to the curtsy last time. Curtsy, hammer curl. Switch it up. And 12. All right, let me just put these back. All right, bent over row. Here we go, last time. Okay, switching sides. Perfect. All right, and then we're going to do our plies with the tiptoes. All right, so just hold on somewhere for balance very gently. Fairly narrow, toed out, plie, tiptoe. And 12. All right, so that's round 3 of those. All done with those. So now we are going to come down to the floor for our core kind of posture work today. So take a second and roll out your mat if you need one. All right, so we're going to start with our good old swimmers. The hands out over your head, opposite arm and leg, lifting, alternating sides. All right, and do these a bunch. They're such a great posture exercise. Here we go. Opposite sides, alternating. Well, perfect. And we're going to come right into our cobra. So right now my hands are out about 45 degrees from my body. Okay, palms are towards the floor. Look down towards the floor, but then lift your chest and shoulders up, squeeze between your shoulder blades. Okay, so you're not coming very high, but everything is squeezed and active here. Your lower back between your shoulder blades. Focus on your breath. Pull those shoulders away from your ears, make your neck nice and long. Three, two, one. Okay, come on down. And then come on up to your hands and knees. We're going to do those, so they're called hip extensions or butt kicks, whatever you want to call them. So, 90-degree angle at your knee, and then you're going to lift from your hip, okay? So it's up, pulse, like that. Okay, get your 12, switch it over. Perfect. All right, after those, let's do just a little quick child's pose. All three of those kind of have your lower back in extension. So we'll go into just a quick little flexion stretch. All right, come on back down for the swimmers, round two. Finish off your 12. Come back to the cobra position, so palms down, just out a little bit from your body. All right, pull those shoulders away from your ears and then lift everything up just slightly. And everything on the back side of your body is active, squeezing. Look down towards the floor. I think the biggest mistake I see on this one is people tend to look forward, which puts your neck at a really weird angle. Too much flexion, extension, sorry. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, 1, relax. All right, and then come on up for these butt kicker ones. All right, so one leg up, pulse up. You're just moving from the hip, squeezing that butt muscle. Okay, switch it over. 11, 12. All right, and then into our child's pose. Just a couple deep breaths here. And we'll go into our last round. All right, swimmers. Okay, come back to the cobra. Last time here, so legs are stretched out. Try to make your body as long as possible. Pull those shoulders down and then lift the hands. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and down. Okay, last time with the butt kicks. All right, hands right underneath the shoulders. All right, here we go. Okay, get your 12, other side. 11, 12. Whew, all right. And we'll go right into our stretches. So sit on your butt, legs stretched out, fold over. So this one kind of stretches out the low back itself. We'll get to the child's pose when it comes around. Okay, bring your feet in, so bottoms of your feet touch, knees fall open. All right, 90-90 position. Lean forward. All right, other side. Excellent. Flip back into your child's pose one more time. Okay, up to all fours, arch your back up like the Halloween cat. Drop it down. Perfect. All right, up to half kneel. Whatever knee is on the ground, that's your up arm, up and over. Okay, switch sides. All right, come up from the floor. Find something to hold on to and then pull your leg up for the quad. The other side. Excellent. And then our last stretch, as usual, grab those hands behind your back, pull the shoulders back. All right, so that's it for today. Thank you again for the flexibility and the timing. So far, Wednesday should be right on time at noon. If something comes up, I'll let you guys know. Thank you. Bye-bye.